Hello and welcome to FPL Focus, and we are doing a live stream ready for Fanteam. As you can see, we're going to pick a draft today, guys. Get into it, have a bit of fun, because I keep changing my mind, whether it be FPL, whether it be Fanteam, whether it be transfer news coming in, the possibilities, or rumours of players not being in training just yet. I will mention a name, Cavani. You know, I really do feel Cavani, with the service of Sancho and Fernandes this season, can do so well. But if he hasn't even been in training yet, what does that say? You know, does that say Martial's going to start up there? So many questions to answer, guys. Yeah, if you're here, I know there's a few people here. Let us know in the chat. Any questions, anything you want to say, do let us know. So, first of all, I am going to have a look at goalkeepers. And I think it would be nice to keep budget. I think on Fanteam, you get 0.3 points, 0.4 points, depending on the position, whether it be a striker, defender, for more shots on target. So all those 0.3s and 0.4s are going to add up and give you that edge in the leaderboard. So, very, very important to try and find more attacking players, especially if you know the defenders are going to get forward well. I know a lot of managers don't like to go for defenders in here and they play a three at the back, but if you can, get some attacking defenders and clock up those little points. Just, they'll give you the edge, you know. So let's have a look then. Who am I going to go for in goal? I totally love Martinez, but 5.5 I just feel it's too dear. Now, goalkeepers that I do like. Hello, Sean FPL. Welcome to the chat, man. Yes. Goalkeeper, he says. The two Watford boys for me, he says. Rotating nicely. Nice budget goalkeepers. Both the Watford goalkeepers. Let's have a look at them then. I think it's Bachmann, isn't it? Bachmann and Ben Foster. I mean, you know, if Bachmann does get injured, who better than to come in than Ben Foster? Plenty of experience there. We'll go with that, buddy. We'll stick both of them in. Did that stick the other one in? Yeah, it did. There we go. So Bachmann in goal, 4.5. Nice and cheap. But I do want to look quickly, as I was saying before, that when it comes to, hang on a minute, goalkeepers, price 5.0 is what I was going to say. So 5.0 keepers, if you did want someone a bit better, not for me, not a necessity. I like to go a bit light at the back in this Fanteam, but as I said earlier, I'll be going for attacking defenders to clock up them points. And obviously a clean sheet would be nice, but that's just hoping. But look at these goalkeeper options at 5.0. Jordan Pickford, who, you know, he's been away with England, he's been on holiday, not quite an option yet, but I thought he was fabulous in the Euro. I think he's a great option. Bernd Leno there, Arsenal trying to strengthen their defence. Can they do it? Could Leno be a decent keeper at 5.0? Dean Henderson I like, and De Gea. Now there's a question mark around there. I know a lot of managers won't dare to have Henderson or De Gea because they'll be worried about who is the starting keeper. My gut instinct, I'd say it's Henderson's time, isn't it now, to take that number one spot? It must be. De Gea probably plays a fiddle, but it is that air of uncertainty puts people off. But I think Man United, having strengthened their squad this season, they could keep more clean sheets, especially if they get the Varane deal going, and then Henderson could keep some more clean sheets with Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka in there, building up a good defence really. But Henderson would be great at 5.0. Kasper Schmeichel, another one at 5.0, who I do like. Leicester fixtures, and with goalkeepers it's good to get the save bonus points because they add up as well, obviously. So you don't necessarily want a watertight defence when you're looking at these sort of save points. I mean, yeah, you can get the clean sheet points, but if you're playing in both mindsets of, my clean sheet's gone. Right, what's the next best thing we go to? Well, obviously, it is those save bonus points. So if you go for a sort of mid-table team, you know their defence is half good enough to keep teams out, possibly get the clean sheet, but also to allow enough shots from probably long range, edge of the area, for the goalkeeper to clock them points up. So it's a way of thinking about how you can get them points. Not to go for, you know, Edison, Man City, solid defence. Alisson, Liverpool, solid defence. Well, when they get Van Dijk back. Not at the moment, but Van Dijk could well be back in. But will Van Dijk play as good as he used to? That is the question. We will see. Injuries like that really do affect players. Right, I'm not cursing you there. Right, into the defence. So I changed budget to max price again. And sort of attacking defenders here. We know Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson. We know they get forward well. The fixture screams, choose me! It's so good. Norwich have been promoted. They're not as good. Liverpool are going to destroy their defence. But the price, 7.5 and 7, it does my head in. It obviously has that knock-on effect into your midfield and your attack if you want to go that way. But, you know, someone like Cancelo, 6 million, you're saving a bit of money. He gets forward well. He's playing for a strong team. Luke Shaw, I don't think he'll possibly start the beginning of the season. You never know, do you? But another attacking defender there. One of my favourite players, 6 million, Ben Chilwell. But Chelsea fixtures are not good at the moment. So I wouldn't necessarily go there yet, but I'll be keeping my eye on Ben Chilwell. Massive fan. I think he's a great player. Luca Digne, a highly owned player at the beginning of the season because he's on free kicks so much. Everton's good fixture run as well. A lot of people going for Luca Digne. Let's see. I mean, John Stones, he popped up quite a bit from set pieces, didn't he? 5.5 is a good budget option. Castagna gets forward well. Pereira's back. I mean, he used to be gold in fantasy football. He really did. Sean FPL in the chat saying just TAA for me for Liverpool defenders. Don't blame you, buddy. Makes sense. Perfectly does make sense. Obviously, Reece James here of Chelsea, very attacking. Azpilicueta does get forward well. Is it time for Alonso to leave Chelsea? The transfer window will show us that. That could then leave that space for who we talked about earlier, Ben Chilwell. Fingers crossed, because I really do like him. Aaron Creswell for me, he goes straight in. I had him in FPL and Fanteam last season, and he just clocked the points up nicely. I love that he's on corners all the time. Every time there's a corner and Creswell takes it, just like, come on, someone get on the end of it. And normally they do. So yeah, Creswell's in there for me, definitely at 5.5. It's an absolute bargain for what he offers. And then who else we got down here? Kieran Tierney. Now, first fixture, great. I could rotate him. I think I love the way he gets forward. And for me, he does exactly what Trent or Robertson does. And he's only going to get better. Sliker says he does get injured, but I could just transfer him out. But I really do like what he offers attacking wise. And then let's have a look on the next page. Shall we see what's on there? Regulon can be good, but Spurs, new manager, things up in the air there with the Kane thing. You know, I like to see what they're going to do. Kufal, very attacking defender, 5.0, but I'm not going to double up on West Ham in defence. Who else could we go for? Right, let's go back to the first page. And a player that I think it's got to be Digne at the moment, hasn't it? Because he's 5.5 again, which saves us money. We're going to go straight into the midfield now. Midfielders, max price, yeah. And I was thinking about it. You know, Salah, I'd like to try and avoid, but you can't. Every team, I think you have to have Salah. He's so attacking down that side. He offers threat after threat. He's on penalties. that always beats Mane. You know, Mane cheaper price, absolute beauty, but Salah, just because he's on penalties so much, so involved, and he gets shots away. Even if he doesn't score, he's always peppering the goal. He's always being a nuisance, and you're going to get a lot of points just from that without him even scoring goals. So Salah is a must for me. VAR is talked about a lot. They're going to make a bigger line this season so that, you know, their toe or their nose can't be offside. For me, that screams Sterling to me. When I think of all the players that get called offside, a lot of people go in and saying Timo Werner. But for me, honestly, Timo Werner is miles offside. He's not just a hair or a nose or a foot. Timo Werner is always, he just goes way too early. Like, you know, even if VAR make the lines thicker, he needs to sort his game out in that respect. So for me, and people saying that about Werner, you know, like, oh yeah, he's going to be the one now because of the VAR rule changing. I disagree with that. That's my personal opinion. For me, someone like Raheem Sterling will be absolute gold with that VAR rule. So there you go, Sterling and Salah. The thing I don't like is Pep Roulette, but I do think Sterling is quite a starter for Man City. So, you know, he's off the back of a great Euro with England. I think he'll be ready to go. I really do. And then, I do like it. I do like Nicolas Pepe. 7.5 million, but I'm not going there. No, no, no. I'm going, instead of Jadon Sancho, going for Greenwood. With Rashford having been out for the 12 weeks, guys, you know, he could well be gold. Absolute gold. Great finisher. He finishes so well from long distance as well. Oh, drunk that too quick, didn't I? Right, should we pick a couple of strikers now? It looks like I'm playing a little weekly game, doesn't it? Because I haven't picked the full squad here on the screen. It's like a weekly monster. Let's put Timo Werner in. Not happening. Not happening. Not on your Nelly. See, Cavani. Now, if I could get more news on Cavani. Why Sterling? Sterling, as I said earlier, because of the new VAR ruling, I think that Sterling is going to absolutely kill it. And like I said, players like Werner are going to be miles offside every time. Sterling, it's always tight whenever he was offside. And he had a fantastic Euro. I think absolutely player of the tournament quite easily for me, based on the performances Sterling did. So there you go, Fadzil. That's why. And yeah, Cavani, if you guys know anything in the chat or if you're on Twitter. Yes, Sean, I saw that. Yes, Saka is back in training. Starboy, Lil Chili, back in training, ready to go. I thought it was wonderful that he got all them letters of support after his penalty miss, because for such a young player to miss a penalty like that, it's awful. Ask Gareth Southgate. But for everyone to support him like that, wonderful. He fully deserves the support. Fadsley is saying, do you have Sterling in Fantasy Premier League? In FPL, I love this because I make FPL videos as well as fantasy Fanteam videos, sorry. People want to know what am I doing with both teams. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to play both of them slightly different. It would be a bit like having two fan teams or having two FPL teams. I wouldn't have them both the same. I'd have them slightly different. I think generally overall both teams will be the same, so it's easier to manage, but I'd have some of the bigger players. The bigger players are easier to keep your eye on and manage, so I just would change that. Fadzil also saying, do you rate Brighton defence? I do normally, as off the back of last season. This season, not for me. I'm not going there this season. Lamptey gets injured too easy, I think. He's trying to come back for fitness. They've got a few injury issues in there. They've just lost Ben White to Arsenal. So for me, I just wait and see what that Brighton defence are doing this season before I went for them. So for me, not at the moment. Fadzil, thank you for your question though. I do appreciate it. 5 of you watching now, guys. It's fantastic. If you haven't done so already, please do smash that subscribe button. So going on to the strikers now. Who do we like as a striker, guys? Who do we like? We like players that are going to get the point bonuses clocked up for us. I think it's 0.4, 0.6 for a striker or midfielder. 0.4 for a midfielder or a striker. I've got to look that up again. But either way, a lot of points on offer for just having a shot on target. Yeah? Let's have a look. Scoring. Here we go. Go down. Let's have a look. Shot. Midfielder or forward is 0.4. I was right. There you go. It is 0.4. Boom. It's in there somewhere. So yeah, 0.4 for a shot on target. So they all count. Absolutely. So strikers wise, we want someone that absolutely peppers the goal, don't we? Even if they're not scoring, they're having an off day. But they're always getting it on target. For me, that screams Danny Ings. Even from far out, he's always getting his shots away. Fixtures wise, and Southampton puts me off a little bit. Injury prone puts me off a little bit. And this is where it's such a minefield. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, quite a few shots on target. Even if there are a lot of headers, you know, crosses into the box, a lot of headers. Let's just go to the chat for you guys. Neil Thompson, welcome to the stream, buddy. Good to have you here. He says, I keep mine different. Try not to log on to each other at the same time so I don't make same transfers. Hard when your mind is set, though. I totally agree with you on that, Neil. And that is a good way to manage it. Sorry, I got hiccups. Coffee. Drinking it too quick. Talking to you guys. That is a good way to manage your side, Neil. Absolutely. Because otherwise it gets too complicated and you start saying, oh, I've got him on there. Well, I've got to have him on the other one, haven't I? No, you don't. You're playing both games different. That's how you're going to get the edge in one or the other. What I do, I'll be completely honest with you, is I play both slightly different but similar. And whichever one does well first, I sort of prioritise. But you just look at that one first. You go, well, doing okay here. Don't need to do too much. Where's my weak spot? Is my weak spot my bench? Did any of my bench not play? Right, I'm making sure I've got playing players on the bench this season, especially with COVID still sneaking around. Winter's going to come again, guys. It could creep into the camps. I've already seen some in Man United's camp, so it's something just to be wary of. Let's have a strong bench this season. That's my thinking anyway. Fadsley saying, looks like Tierney and Creswell is in both of your FPL and Fanteam. They're a lot for you. Shh, don't tell anyone. No, absolutely. Yeah, they're a lot for me. I've already spoke about Creswell in this stream, but Creswell's on corners. He's on some free kicks. So he's on most of the corners and he attacks very well. So a lot of time it'll be a Creswell corner, crosses it in, boom, Dawson up, he gets a header, boom, Antonio into the net, Soucek, whoever. Creswell is an assist kit. I just loved him last season. So many points. And Tierney, for me, if he can stay injury free, he's just so rapid down that left hand side. You can't stop him. And I love the way he does a little trick on the inside to go again. So he makes them bite. They think, oh, he stopped. He's gone again. I just love it. I love the way he plays. Just cross after cross. And I think with Arsenal this season, I think they're going to do a bit better than what people might think. I think a lot of people writing them off. If they make big... I'm not going to go on about Arsenal, actually. No, you just got me started on them. Sean FBL saying, what about a punt on Havertz for game week 1? Just for game week 1? Well, Sean, I was totally in favour of doing that. I quite like Havertz. He plays the false 9 role. Everything in the Chelsea midfield, their wing backs will be going up to Havertz. Werner, this is what I said to my mate. He supports Chelsea. I said, Werner, don't rate him at all. Look, he's missed another shot. Every game I watch, look, he's missed another shot, I say to my mate. He cannot finish. Very, very rarely can he. He looks so under pressure when he's going for the finish, like something is in his mind now. But what I did say Timo Werner, assister. Absolute amazing assister. He's got the pace, he's always there, but when it comes to finishing, just doesn't quite click for him. But if he's squaring it to someone, he's honestly a great assist player. Great for assist points, Timo Werner, and that's how I look at him. I look at what's in front of me, I look at the facts, and that is the fact, I'm afraid. Werner will always beat the back line unless he's offside like he is a lot, but definitely great for assists. And also there, Fadzil saying the point I was going to go on to. He says if Lukaku go to Chelsea, I don't think Havertz is appealing anymore. Exactly right, buddy. If Lukaku makes that move, Havertz not appealing at all. No, because he won't. Even if he moved out to a wide position, which I don't think he will, still not appealing. But one thing I will say about Havertz, when he was at Leverkusen, he made late runs. He timed his runs very good. A bit like what Gundogan does for Man City. He times the late run. The timing is perfection. It's beauty. And I think that's what Havertz can bring, even from a midfield position. But for me, yeah, not with the fixtures if Lukaku comes. Fadzil also saying, the way I saw Arsenal play against Chelsea last week, I don't think they will keep a clean sheet against Brentford. Do remember there will be crowd now. Home advantage does mean something now. You make a good point there. Arsenal do need to sort it out defensively. But for me, El Neni's very sloppy. Gave the ball away and set up one of the goals for Chelsea. Like just passed it to, gave the ball to them. Also, I feel like Arsenal can improve with the right guys back in there. If we get Gabriel back. But for me, Tierney, I've got him more for attacking. That's the truth, mate. And Brentford, we don't know what they offer. But when I looked at Ivan Toney, who I'm not in an Ivan Toney camp, I'm against it. That's my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Like players that they like for different reasons. For me, when I watched all of Toney's season goals, he was just in space every time. Like, he just had so much space. You won't get that time and space in the Premier League. So for me, I think he might struggle a bit. I think Bamford did not struggle. Bamford is an example of Championship going to Premier League, but in a great Bielsa side with Leeds players and attacking football. Bamford's always constantly going to get goals, going to get chances. Whereas Ivan Toney and Brentford, I don't think Brentford bring that same attacking power and mentality. So that's my opinion on Ivan Toney there. And obviously Arsenal's Tierney going forward, I feel he offers a lot in attack. Right, let's look at strikers now because I'm waffling on, ain't I, guys? Aubameyang, you wouldn't touch him at the moment, but I've got a feeling he will return to form. Vardy can always do damage. Gabriel Jesus is a funny one. Up in the air there with the Harry Kane transfer. Is that going to happen? But for me, I do want Cavani, but I want more news on him. Iniacho I do like. I like his fixtures. And I also like the fact that I feel Patterson Daka and Jamie Vardy will be the ones that rotate because they're the two that offer the pace. Jamie Vardy isn't young anymore, he's getting on, and they'll need to rotate them two. For me, Iniacho's the one who has the ball and he plays the pacey player through, being Vardy or Daka, plays their pace through. So for me, Iniacho gets plenty of minutes. I think his partner will be Vardy to start and Daka coming on as a sub. Wilson, he says, Fadzil, don't you think Wilson will get a goal against West Ham? I don't rate Newcastle at the moment. West Ham on the up. West Ham doing great things last season. I think fresh legs. I expect West Ham to come out strong again. So not for me. Callum Wilson, great goal scorer though. Done it at Bournemouth. He does it all the time. But for me, no. And they haven't got Joe Willock either in that midfield helping him. So that puts me off a little bit. But for me, Ollie Watkins, great striker. Because the fixtures are great to begin with, but you will need to move off of him, obviously, after the first 3 fixtures. And for me, another one, Patrick Bamford. fantastic. Goal scorer pedigree. First fixture, Man United. But for me, that game is just going to be end-to-end. Man United, Leeds, Man United, Leeds. Just attack after attack. And I want him for after that as well. I think he'll be brilliant. What's your rank last season? My rank was about 800k last season. I know a lot of managers also that struggled and were in the millions, and they're managers that normally finish in, you know, 30k's, 20k's, and they were struggling last season because that was a crazy season with COVID, no fans in stadium, and that's why I think this season, with the home fans, as you said earlier, that's going to play an effect. So stats might not even add up from last season. If you're a statistical player and you look at a lot of statistics, that can all go out of the window this season completely, just because of fans and the effect that they have on momentum in the game. As they say, a goal changes a game, and the reason why is because of the fans. Right, so I'm left with 23 million to finish this. Let's have a look, shall we? Hafiz Kanji says, hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the chat, buddy. It's good to have you here. Any questions, let us know. This is the team we've been building so far. If you've missed the video, you will be able to watch it again after. It will be available on the channel, so not to worry. I've covered a lot of points so far. Thoughts on players, who I think will do well, who I think won't, who offers attacking points, how Fanteam works, why you want to be clocking up all these points. Hafiz Kanji says, when Lamptey comes back, do you think Veltman will come out of the team or drop into one of the three centre-back positions? I think when Lamptey comes back, I think Veltman could well drop into one of them three centre-back positions just because they're struggling for numbers at the moment, Brighton. Also, Ben White left as well, so he could well drop in there, full of experience, and he does offer goal threat as well. If you're new here, guys, please don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I'm on 430 subscribers at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you all for your help and your support. Let's have a look then. Defence. What price should we go for? Let's go cheapy. There he is! Fanteam added him. I said to Fanteam this morning, when you add him, there's my budget. Liveramento from Chelsea, his academy, does well, good player, and he could get minutes rotating with Kyle Walker-Peters, but I think he'll probably force his way in. I really do. And at 4.5, it's perfect. It just allows me, and I just want to go more attacking in Fanteam for those extra points. 0.4 per shot on target, guys. All important on the leaderboard over your rivals at 0.4. And then Ben White. Boom. There we go. In the defence there as well. 4.5. Another cheapie. And then we will go for... Here we go. 7 million. Torres would be good if we knew, but it's Pep Roulette that always puts me off there. Wilfried Zaha could well do fantastic under Patrick Vieira. Really could get the best out of him, find his form again. Harvey Barnes, loved the way he attacked last season. Great option. Mason Mount, the orchestrator, sorry. I think I'm going to go Harvey Barnes there. And then our last position... Let's fill the rest and see what it does. Ah, Silva. No, definitely don't want that. So let's just have a look. Has to be a midfielder. Okay, fair play. Someone else I can rotate. Let's have a look on the next page. Oh, talks of Dele Alli could come out and do well this season. What do you think on that? Jack Harrison, I really do rate. For me, it's Jack Harrison in there. I think he's got loads of goals, loads of assists ready to go again, and he just edges Saka for me there. Just a bit more experience. I'm hoping Saka can get his game together more this season and just be more of a threat, like get more returns, but I want to keep my eye on Saka first. But he had a great Euro. Fadzil saying Martinez or Pickford. For me, it's Martinez at the moment. I know he costs a little bit more, but he's an absolute goat, as they say. Absolute fire. He'll clock up save points. He'll keep clean sheets with Villa's fixture run. And for me, Pickford, Jordan, he's been on holiday at the beginning of the season, so he might not start right away. So I would just back Martinez for game week 1, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, that rounds up our draft. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do appreciate all your questions in the chat. Thank you to Fadzil, Hafiz, and Sean FPL. And there was another one in the chat. Who was it? It was Neil Thompson. So, guys, thank you for... Oh, quick question. Right, last question. I'll answer this one. And then I am off. It says Diaz or Digne. Ooh, Diaz. If you want a lot of clean sheets over the long term, he's going to get you them clean sheet points. For me, in Fanteam, as I said earlier, Digne, he's on set pieces, he's attacking. So for me, Digne edges it game week 1 for the fixture run for attacking returns. And then he says, you really make me transfer in Cresswell. My bad. But yeah, Cresswell, join the club on Cresswell, buddy, and I hope he serves you well if you do that. And guys, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification. Thanks for watching.